a Majjistral Nature and History Park video for kids. Today we're going to be making a fish using materials we usually throw away. Here's what you'll be needing. Here are the tools and materials you'll be needing. You'll need one toilet roll, one thin piece of card. I've just used the back of a delivery package. 4 pegs. We're not going to integrate these into the project, so you can just borrow them. A pair of scissors, a pencil, rubber, 2 paintbrushes, a glue brush, some white glue or PVA glue, and some paint. These are just the colours that I've chosen. You do need a little bit of black paint, but otherwise you can choose your own colours. So you can just cut your cardboard into 2 pieces because we don't need the whole piece. And then if you take your toilet roll and squash it just at one end so that it's flat, but leave the other side open, and then just hold that on your piece of cardboard and then just measure how wide your tail needs to be. Okay, then put that to the side, and so this top bit needs to be just straight because that needs to go into the toilet roll, and then just draw the shape that you want your tail to be. And I'm just going to give this fish a double tail. Maybe make it quite curved at the bottom, and hopefully your paint will cover any pencil marks, but if not, you can rub them out once you've cut out the tail. I'm going to make the top bit quite long just in case, because we can always trim it off. Okay, we can cut this out next. And please ask for help with scissors if you need it. Okay, here's your tail. You can just rub out the pencil marks next. And then squash your toilet roll down again and check if that fits. And this one does, so that's fine. It's quite a long fishtail. So next you need to take your glue and your glue brush, and then just put some glue on the inside of the bottom of your toilet roll. Just dab quite a bit on there, and then insert your tail in, and then you need to put a bit more glue on top of the tail on the inside. And grab your 2 pegs, press that down and put your 2 pegs either side. to hold it dry. You can wipe the excess glue. Whilst your tail is drying and attaching to the body, we're going to draw the fins. If you take another piece of card and fold it in half, and then we need to draw 2 flat bits coming out, so maybe about 1 centimetre thick. And then to draw a fin, if you come down and up, so that shape, and then cut these out. And you can rub the pencil marks out. And then we just cut down the middle here. So there you have 2 fins. And then we need to fold over those flat edges. Like that. Do the same on the other one. And take your fish and your glue and dab. I'd put quite a bit of this glue on. I'm using wood glue, which is possibly a bit stronger than the usual craft glue. So then you can just attach one fin there and put a peg to hold it down. And do the same for the other fin. And leave that to one side to dry. It should take around 15 minutes or so. Just make sure it is attached. And then we can paint it next. I'm just going to take the pegs off. That looks quite dry now. And then paint. I decided to paint the inside pink, like a fish's mouth. But you can paint it whichever colour you want, of course. It's not quite this pink, but it's quite a vibrant colour. Then we can paint the underside. I've already got this painted in places because I was using it for something else before. And you might need 2 coats of the colour depending on how thick your paint is. It doesn't have to be perfect at the bottom, but it's just in case it shows. And then paint bottom of the fins. And I'm just painting it one colour, but you can paint it whichever colour you want or how many colours you want to use. Oops, just touch the inside, just touch that up a little bit. And then just wait for that to dry before you paint the other side. So this is quite dry, so next we're going to paint the other side. So just paint that whichever colour you've chosen. And paint the whole the other side and wait for that to dry. I'm going to give it 2 coats. You might need to be a little bit gentle with the fins. So wait for that to dry and then give it another coat. And then we'll do the next part of painting it. So now we're going to take our paint. If you have some metallic paint, it's always quite fun to use, but if not, it's fine, just use a different colour. And we're just going to paint the detail. So first I'm going to paint the edge of the mouth of the fish, just by painting a line round the edge. You can do the inside as well.
line became a bit thicker there. That's fine, we can make it thick all round. And then just paint the underneath bit. And then you want to paint 2 circles for the eyes at the front. Now I'm going to paint some scales, which you can do by placing your brush using the tip to make a tip, and then pressing down on the brush and making a shape a bit like a droplet. You just paint a few rows of these. You don't have to do this, you can do whatever decoration you want to do. And if you go in between for the next line, paint the next row along. I'm going to continue that along the tail too. So that's almost the whole tail. I'm just going to paint some rough lines at the bottom of the tail. And you can smudge these with your fingers. And then on the fins, you can just paint some lines coming out there. Now the very last thing you need to do is give your fish some eyes. So So just take your black paint, and you only need a tiny bit. And you can do this with a black felt pen marker if it's easier. There you have your fish. I hope you enjoyed that. Be great to see photos of some of the fish you created. Bye and see you next time.